Leeds United fans, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to share might just send shockwaves through every corner of Elland Road. This transfer window has already been a whirlwind of rumors, near misses, and emotional roller coasters, but the latest developments, they've taken things to an entirely new level. I'm talking about a triple threat of news that could reshape the entire outlook of our season and possibly define whether we make it back to the promised land or face another year of what-ifs and frustration. Let's kick things off with a scene straight out of a footballing drama. Picture this. It's a calm Wednesday afternoon, at least it was supposed to be. But over at Thorpe Arch, the atmosphere is electric. Phones are ringing non-stop, staff are on edge, and the sporting director's office is the epicenter of it all. Sitting across the table are the representatives of one of the most talked about young midfielders in Europe, a name that's now echoing out through the halls of Elland Road, Bilal El Khanous. Yes, that El Khanous, the Moroccan international, the creative dynamo who lit up the Belgian league before joining Leicester last summer. And now, thanks to their sudden relegation, his release clause has been activated. $24.5 million. Leeds United, ladies and gentlemen, have told his camp, we're ready to pay it. That's not a rumor. That's not speculation. That's a real offer on the table right now. But here's where things get truly wild. That release clause doesn't stay on the market forever. It has an expiration date, August 15th. That's just days away, not weeks. Days. The window is narrow, the stakes are sky high, and Leeds have made their move. But just as the dream seems within reach, reality hits like a punch to the gut. Because Leeds aren't the only ones at the table. Enter Arsenal. Yes, the Arsenal. Champions League football, massive wage structure, a global pull that's hard to resist. And they're sniffing around closely. Add to that a certain German manager at Bayer Leverkusen who's got a track record of turning young talents into global superstars. He's made his interest known. Lazio, they're watching. RB Leipzig, already made contact. The competition is not just fierce, it's overwhelming. These are clubs that don't flinch at splashing 10 million more just to seal the deal. These are organizations with war chests that make Leeds look like they're shopping in the discount aisle. Now let's talk about what Leeds have offered. $50,000 a week. That's no small amount. It's on par with what we've given to big-name arrivals like Lucas Perry and Sebastian Bornau. It's a contract that shows intent, ambition, belief. A 4 or 5 year deal that says you're the future and we're building around you. But is that enough when Arsenal come calling, when European nights under the lights are part of the pitch? That's the brutal reality Leeds are facing. And this isn't the first time we've been here, is it? We all remember Igor Paixão. We thought he was ours. $30.3 million bid accepted. The email came through during the Paderborn game. Spirits were high. Fans were buzzing. And then bam! Marseille swooped in at the 11th hour. He chose the Champions League and Leeds were left empty-handed. Again! But El Khanous isn't just any player. He's not a luxury signing. He's a statement. A sign that Leeds United aren't just looking to survive in the championship, they're trying to dominate. He's a creator, a game changer, a midfielder who doesn't just influence matches, he controls them. And here's what's fascinating, despite the interest, despite the competition, the door is still open. Because El Khanous, he's not just looking at money or prestige, he wants a project. A place to grow. And Elland Road, despite everything, still holds that magic. Let's not forget he only joined Leicester last year. He was supposed to be part of the rebuild. But relegation, it changes everything. That clause becomes a ticking time bomb. And suddenly Leeds are back in the conversation. This isn't fantasy. This is very real. And the entire fan base is holding its breath. But just when you think the pressure couldn't mount any higher, it does. Because this is only the beginning of the chaos. You remember that striker, the one, who's been linked to us all summer. The one we dreamed would lead the line and fire us back to the top flight. Yeah, him, Callum Wilson. This hurts. It really does. For weeks, the whispers grew louder. Wilson was a free agent, open to a pay-as-you play. Deal, an England international, proven pedigree. The kind of player who could walk into our squad and instantly lift the quality. More than that, he wanted the move. Sources said he was just waiting for Leeds to call. Just one phone call and it could have happened, but it never came. And Now he's gone. Signed, sealed, delivered, not to a foreign club, not to a mid-table championship side. No. West Ham United have just announced his arrival on a 1-year deal. That's right. A Premier League rival, a direct competitor, just snatched our dream striker right from under our noses. Can you even believe that? The worst part, he fit everything we needed. Bamford's been told he's not part of the plans. Mateo Joseph wants out. Joel Pyro and Lucas Maker are the only strikers left. And we're heading into a brutal, unforgiving championship campaign. 2 strikers, that's all, for 46 matches, plus cups, plus injuries. Is madness. And while fair play to Pirro, he scored again against Villarreal, he's putting in the work. Daniel Farke made it crystal clear we need more up top. Not just a body, a proper number 9, a finisher, a leader in the final third. Callum Wilson was that guy. Experienced, clinical. Hungry, but now he's in claret and blue. And we're left scrambling. It's not just a transfer miss, it's a gut punch. A missed opportunity that could define the season before a ball is even kicked. We're now days away from facing Everton in our season opener, and our attack is looking thin, vulnerable, desperate. But just as the frustration reaches boiling point, just as it feels like the whole window might be collapsing into another tale of almost and nearly, something shifts. A twist, a lifeline. The football gods throw Leeds United a bone. Because Roma, they've pulled out of the race for Nikola Krstovic. Why? Because they signed Evan Ferguson instead. 1 minute, the Serbian striker was bound for the Italian capital. The next, he's back on the market. And guess who's already been tracking him for weeks? Leeds United. This is the break we didn't see coming. Krstovic is not a last-minute panic buy. This is a forward the scouting team has been watching since early in the window. A striker with real numbers, 18 goals in 72 games for Lecce, steadily improving. 7 goals in his first Serie A season, 11 in his second. He's 25, a Montenegro international with 24 caps, entering his prime. And now there's no Roma, no Italian press running, prefers to stay in Italy headlines. No bidding war, just a clear path. And Leeds are walking right into it. This isn't fantasy. This is very real. And after the heartbreak of Wilson, the sting of Paixão, and the uncertainty around El Canus, Krstovic might just be the redemption arc this window desperately needs. And you know what? With 7 signings already done, Lucas Perry Anton, stacking others, this could be the moment that flips the script completely, from frustration to elation, from chaos to clarity. Now let's dive even deeper, because while Krstovic might be the glimmer of hope we've been waiting for, nothing in this transfer window has been straightforward, and it's not going to start being easy now. The opportunity is there, yes. The stars have aligned in a way that nobody saw coming, but let's not kid ourselves. This still needs to be executed perfectly, because in a transfer window where every second matters, one misstep, one hesitation, and the whole thing could slip right through our fingers. And Leeds fans know this feeling all too well. Look, Krstovic is not some unknown prospect. He's a legitimate talent with a body of work that backs him. This isn't a player you take a chance on and hope for the best. This is someone who's been rising steadily season after season, proving his worth in one of the toughest leagues in Europe. The Serie A is not forgiving. Defenders there don't give you an inch. And yet Krstovic managed to improve his numbers, improve his movement, improve his ability to read the game. That kind of upward trajectory is exactly what Leeds need right now. Not someone to develop. Someone ready to lead the line from the first whistle. Daniel Farke knows this better than anyone. He's been clear from day one, we don't just want signings, we need difference makers. The kind of players who step on the pitch and immediately raise the level of everyone around him. And Krstovic fits that mold. He's physical smart with his positioning, relentless with his pressing. Traits that suit the championship perfectly. He's not flashy, he's not going to showboat, but he's effective. And in a league like ours, effectiveness gets you promoted. But again, timing is everything. Every club in Europe has scouts. Everyone is watching. And while Roma might be out of the race, that doesn't mean the path is completely clear. There are always vultures circling, especially when a player like Krstovic suddenly becomes available. His profile, his price, his readiness. It's the kind of package that'll turn heads across England, Germany, even France. And if Leeds don't move now, right now, they risk losing out yet again. It's not enough to have interest. We've seen what interest alone gets you in this window heartbreak. What gives Leeds the edge here is familiarity. We've been tracking him for weeks. We know the numbers. We've had conversations. This isn't a new target being scrambled together at the last minute to plug the gap left by Wilson. No, this was always part of the plan. The scouting team had Krstovic flagged from the beginning as someone who could fit the system, fit the club, and fit the ambition. And now the moment has come to make that vision real. The other critical factor here is urgency. Leeds cannot afford to play the long game anymore. Not with the season opener against Everton looming. Not with fans growing increasingly anxious. With every passing day. If the club is serious about promotion, and all signs say they are, then they need to act like it. That means flying representatives out if necessary. That means getting on the phone, closing deals, locking things in before another club throws in a last-minute offer. Because make no mistake, Krstovic is not going to wait forever. And let's also talk mentality for a second, because that's something that often gets overlooked in transfer talk. Krstovic is not a diva. He's not looking for bright lights or flashy headlines. What he wants is regular football, a project, a place where he can be trusted to lead the line and play every week. And Leeds offer him exactly that. In Italy, he'd always be second fiddle part of a rotation dealing with defensive systems that often limit his style. But in England, in the Championship, he could be the main man. He could be the striker everything revolves around. That's not just appealing, it's career-defining. And the fans, they're desperate for this. You can feel it in every message. Board every social post, every chant in the stands. The Callum Wilson situation left a scar. He was there. He was willing. And yet, for reasons we may never fully understand, Leeds didn't pull the trigger. Now he's at West Ham, and we're left wondering what could have been. Bringing in Krstovic would go a long way to healing that wound. It would send a message, not just to the supporters, but to the rest of the league, that Leeds United aren't here to mess around. Imagine him in that white shirt leading the line at Elland Road, feeding off the energy of a packed stadium, linking up with Pirro, creating chaos in the final third. You start to believe again, don't you? You start to see a team that can actually challenge. Not just for the playoffs, but for the top two. But we can't just dream it. We have to make it happen. And let's not ignore the other moving parts. The Wilson saga has left us with a razor-thin attack. Bamford's exit feels imminent. Mateo Joseph's head is elsewhere. Nature is promising, but still unproven at this level. That leaves us with Joe Pirro. And while he's been stepping up, he can't do it all alone. Not in a league as unforgiving as this. Having Krstovic gives Farke options, tactical flexibility, cover for injuries, the ability to rotate without dropping quality. These aren't luxuries. They're necessities if Leeds are serious about grinding through a full championship season and coming out on top. Meanwhile, let's not forget El Canus. That situation is still hanging in the air like a storm cloud. As of now, nothing's confirmed. No announcement. No, here we go. Just tension. Arsenal continue to circle. Leverkusen are making phone calls. The players' camp is weighing options. And Leeds, they've done everything they can. The bid is real. The offer is strong. But the longer it drags on, the more the anxiety grows. Because we've seen this movie before, and it never ends well when a Champions League club enters the chat. The key for Leeds now is to not get paralyzed by fear. Not to overthink. You've already made your move. You've shown ambition. Now it's time to show conviction. Lock in Krstovic, get that striker done. And then if El Canus chooses us, brilliant. If not, at least we've covered our bases with a signing that directly impacts our biggest area of weakness. Because make no mistake, without a reliable striker, all the midfield creativity in the world won't matter. We saw it last season. Leeds dominated possession in countless games, created chances, played good football, and still walked away with nothing because the final touch wasn't there. Wilson could have been the one to fix that. He's not. Now Krstovic can be. There's also a sense that the club is aware of how close this project is to boiling over. Adam Underwood has been active. 7 signings already through the door. A core being built. The spine of a team starting to take shape. But the fans need a symbol, a figurehead, a talisman. That's what Krstovic could be, not just another name on the squad list. A striker who brings belief back to Elland Road. And let's not overlook what this would mean for Fark. The manager has been calm, composed even under pressure, but make no mistake, he knows exactly where the gaps are. He's made it clear. We need a starting striker and depth. That's not up for debate. That's not a nice to have. That's the foundation of a promotion campaign. And Fark's patience won't last forever. If the club expects him to deliver, they need to give him the tools. Kristovic is one of those tools, a crucial one. So where do we stand on the edge? A transfer window that started with promise quickly spiraled into frustration and now teeters on the brink of redemption. Every phone call, every meeting, every contract detail, it all matters now. This isn't just about stats or market value or resale potential. This is about setting the tone for the entire season. Can Leeds do it? Can they finally land a key target? Before someone else swoops in, can they show the decisiveness and ambition that this massive club deserves? Time will tell. But what's clear is that the moment is now. The opportunity is here. And if the powers that be at Elland Road are truly serious about getting this club back to where it belongs, this is their chance to prove it. Because when the dust settles, on this window there won't be any hiding. Either we'll look back and say this was the summer we built something special, or we'll be left wondering how it all slipped away again. So here we are, 10 days to go. The future is unwritten, but the pen is in Leeds United's hands. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on Leeds United. And make sure to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Sean Longstaff has sent shockwaves through the footballing world with his unexpected announcement that he will be leaving Leeds United. The revelation came as a surprise to fans and pundits alike, as Longstaff has seemingly settled into a comfortable rhythm at Elland Road. His departure was confirmed via an emotional post on his social media channels where he thanked the club, his teammates, and the supporters for their unwavering belief in him. Longstaff's contributions to Leeds over the past seasons had not gone unnoticed, with several key performances that solidified his reputation as a reliable and hard-working midfielder. His ability to dictate the pace of the game, distribute with intelligence, and break up opposition attacks made him a vital cog in Leeds' midfield machinery. His departure, therefore, has sparked a wave of speculation about the reasons behind his decision. While no official details have been disclosed regarding his next destination, rumors have already begun circulating about interest from Premier League clubs and European sides alike. Leeds fans have responded with a mixture of gratitude and disappointment, understanding his decision but lamenting the loss of such an influential figure. The club's hierarchy, for their part, have issued a brief statement acknowledging his impact and wishing him well. The sudden nature of Longstaff's announcement has inevitably led to questions about the internal dynamics at Leeds United. Some reports suggest that the midfielder may have been dissatisfied with his role in the squad or the direction in which the club is heading. While these are merely speculations, it's not uncommon for key players to reassess their futures when there are changes in coaching staff, tactical philosophy, or long-term vision. Leeds United have undergone notable transformations in recent seasons, including shifts in their transfer strategy and managerial appointments. It's plausible that such factors influence Longstaff's decision to seek new challenges elsewhere. Still, what's clear is that his presence on and off the pitch will be sorely missed. Teammates have reportedly expressed shock and sadness at the announcement, highlighting his leadership qualities and positive influence in the dressing room. Meanwhile, fans have taken to social media to share memories of his best moments in a Leeds shirt, from game-winning goals to last-ditch tackles. The club now faces the challenge of finding a replacement who can fill not just the tactical void left by Longstaff, but also the emotional and psychological gap created by the departure of a fan favorite. From a career standpoint, Sean Longstaff's decision to leave Leeds could mark a pivotal moment in his professional trajectory. Having developed considerably since his arrival, he is now viewed as a mature and well-rounded midfielder capable of competing at higher levels. Analysts have long praised his technical acumen, vision, and ability to transition the ball from defense to attack. Those attributes have caught the attention of several top-tier clubs, and with his departure now confirmed, the bidding war is expected to intensify. Longstaff's representatives are believed to be in advanced talks with multiple interested Parties including teams from the English Premier League, Italy's Serie A, and Spain's La Liga. For the player, this represents not only a chance to elevate his career, but also to challenge himself in a new environment with different tactical demands and cultural expectations. His age and experience make him an ideal candidate for clubs seeking to inject intelligence and work rate into their midfield lines. At the same time, Longstaff remains grounded and professional, stating in his farewell message that leaving Leeds was one of the hardest decisions of his life. That sentiment has only endeared him further to supporters who now watch his next move with mixed emotions. Leeds United, for their part, are now under pressure to act decisively in the transfer market. Losing a player of Longstaff's caliber so close to the start of the season forces the club into a reactive stance. Club insiders have indicated that the recruitment team is already vetting several potential replacements, though none may offer the same blend of tenacity, tactical intelligence, and leadership that Longstaff brought to the table. Financially, the club stands to gain a decent transfer fee depending on the terms of his departure, and those funds could be reinvested to strengthen key areas. Still, there is no denying that the timing is far from ideal. The manager now faces the dual challenge of reshaping the midfield without its anchor and maintaining squad morale in the wake of a popular figure's exit. Training sessions in recent days have reportedly had a more subdued atmosphere, with players adjusting to the absence of a familiar voice and presence. The supporters, too, have voiced concerns about the impact of Longstaff's departure on the team's cohesion and competitiveness. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on how Leeds responds both on and off the pitch. The decisions made in the coming weeks could define their campaign. The wider football community has also taken note of Longstaff's departure, with many seeing it as a sign of a shifting landscape within English football. Midfielders like Longstaff, who blend technical skill with tactical discipline and emotional maturity, are in high demand. His decision to leave a historic and passionate club like Leeds indicates both his ambition and the increasing mobility of modern footballers. Analysts on football programs and podcasts have already begun dissecting his career arc and debating which club would suit his style best. While his time at Leeds was relatively short in the grand scheme, his impact was unmistakable. He arrived as a promising talent and leaves as a seasoned professional, respected by teammates, coaches, and fans alike. His story is also a reminder of the transient nature of modern football, where even beloved players can choose to move on in search of new challenges. Regardless of where he lands next, Longstaff's legacy at Leeds is secure. He helped stabilize the midfield, led by example, and embodied the grit and determination that the club's fans value most. As the dust settles, Leeds United will need to regroup, and Sean Longstaff will embark on the next chapter of what promises to be an intriguing and inspiring career. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep getting exclusive news about Leeds United, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to reading your comments and opinions. See you in the next video, Leeds fans.